August 30th, 2024, almost 2 years ago, I realized how important that date is. And my birthday, August 30th, this year, marks a 2-year anniversary of something that I kind of laid to rest a little bit, that I realized, oh, no, I can't lay this to rest. Me and Amy need to quickly as we can get our statements out. August 30th, 2024, I arrived home from getting to go to my oldest son's very first football game in Dayton. It's my birthday. I was really happy. When I got there, he was wearing number 83, August 30th. Jacob's game was great. It was pretty stressful for me, though. The heat, my spider bite, riding with my stepdad's never good. Joe, beautiful picture. It's on my starting line talk. That's that day. I got home that day, and I was tired. I get in my chair, lift up my feet, go to sleep. I got to heal this spider bite that I got, which was because of negligence at those apartments to begin with, that I got that spider bite. The spider webs prove that negligence took place, because obviously there were still spider webs 2 years later, right? Nonetheless, I was exhausted. I hear Gloria come to my back door, and she's upset. She's mad at Ted and Amy. She's been drinking too much, and I tell her, please. And she goes, oh, she's going to call the cops after she blows the blowhorn and does crazy stuff. She's going to call the cops. I said, please don't call the cops. Plus, what good was the cops going to do? It was a trespassing and a theft of weed. I called 1 week before that with eyewitnesses that were alive at the time, which Yamhill County Sheriff is responsible for the psychological shit that went on with Layla's mom, keeping her from being able to sleep properly at night, or Layla being able to sleep properly at night, which would lead to why you didn't drive so nice on Christmas Day, right? And our Layla's gone. But she shouldn't have listened to any of the things that we both listened to, being that I was below and she was right next door. Little Layla, little innocent high schooler who spent years listening to the same stuff. She's the one that told me they were watching me. They watched me go to the bathroom, watched me sleep, and watched me discipline Joe, and he had it coming, is what I was told by Layla and Alana, Ricky's daughter. They told me that. It's been confirmed. Amy and I will confirm the stuff that was going on with Simon that she knew about. And she will also can confirm that Ingham was paying Ted to do bad things to us. He's paying other people. That cop was paying people. He was trying to get my baby hit. They were all trying to get my babies. They were trying to get my babies as soon as I brought them home from the hospital. They tried to get him with Ricky and that van incident. Houston's a witness to that. Somewhere there's a recording of that incident. I'm in the house feeding my brand new baby, and they're trying to talk to me about Ricky driving a van that has nothing to do with me. Whether she had a license or not, or insurance. No, you were coming to my door to fuck with me because you wanted my children. Because you're dirty. And you've been dirty for so long. Now listen, August 30th, I want to tell you what I heard, everyone, okay? I was so scared. I pretended that I called my mom because my phone was dead. And I said, Mom, I'm afraid I'm going to get shot. I was so traumatized that even though my brain wanted to hear all this shit that was going on, it was so freaking traumatizing that my brain was shutting down. And I remember sitting there going, oh my God, they're going to shoot me. Oh my, and I couldn't hear. I could hear screaming. I could hear that dog bark over and over and over. First off, the dog should have been at the back door outside. The dog didn't need to go to the door. How many cops did you have there? You guys couldn't handle it? No, now we know. You shot Ted twice. You tased him. You let that dog chew him up. There was blood all over. And there's no evidence besides mine and Amy's testimony to support Ted. I went down and told the city. I wrote a letter to Miss Skyberg and to Bridget and told them about it. Told them to go get the body cam of that terrible night. It was traumatic, and it's still traumatic, because guess why? Why are my kids kidnapped right now? Because they don't want me to make it. Because they don't want to be caught and held accountable for all the bad shit that they've been doing for so very long, failing to protect. They are thug criminal terrorists on our people. Do you not get that? They do not serve us. They have not serviced. They have not protected and served whatsoever. And now they're kidnapping my kids, and they're causing all this more psychological error just because they want to get me. because they can't stop themselves. They can't say, you know, I was wrong. I didn't serve my oath right. I should have investigated better. I should have got Sarah's opinion. I should have got Sarah's story. I should have got her witnesses' testimonies. No, you never did that, did you? And you know what? You said I'm out of my league. I'm out of my league because you guys have put me through so much hell, Yamhill County, because you neglected me at 15. You neglected me again with Chris McGrew. You neglected those police reports of 2010, 2013, 2015, 2016, 2017. You psychopaths targeting us. Well, you did hurt Ted, and I heard you, and you had no right to go in there like that and do that to Ted, and we know it. So here's my testimony. I heard those cops go in there. They were violent and they were terrible and it was unnecessary. They could have put it back to the outside, and it was so terrorizing that I yelled at him and told him to go home, man. I was so tired, and I was tired of hearing it. And so no wonder my kids are messed up a little bit. I did a pretty good job, keep them actually pretty good until who? Until the other criminals that they work for, right? Right? The Epic League. The accountant that they're protecting, their frauds, their child trafficking, their international trafficking, their organ trafficking, their drug trafficking. So just because I don't do bad stuff, I do not want to be a target by our own government because I don't do bad stuff and because I know truth. So that's what's happening. The good or the bad, and the bad are running around being thugs, destroying generation after generation and keeping our families apart because they think something without their proper investigation. No proper investigations, no proper communication. These guys are thugs these days. They are not fit to serve us people or our Constitution. Ask them if they even know the Constitution, and if they would be willing to retake an oath before we pay them to serve us. Let's do that. Let's audit. Let's really get to know our police department. We need to know them. We don't know them. We need to know them. And they need to learn how to properly investigate both sides and stop being criminal thugs to hide their criminal conduct that they have done for years and years and years of negligence and abuse and psychological error on not only me, my children, my whole town, all of us. Anyway, I just really need to get that out about Ted. I want to get with Amy and we need to talk about it, but they were crazy, abusive, loud, and disruptive. They disrupted forever and ever and ever. And there is a video of it, by the way. I do have it on a phone that doesn't want to turn on right now, but I do have half of the video of what they did to Ted on a phone because there was a neighbor that did record it. They don't know about the recording. They came to try to find the recording, knocking on the neighbor's door to ask them about the incident, but they never knocked on my door to ask me about the incident. Right? They never asked me if they were even up there. They just went up there after being... I think I have a video about it before. I mean, it went on and on and on and on. They let the dog chew him up. They shot him. They tased him multiple times. They pepper sprayed him outside the apartment. There was blood all over, Amy said. And all of it was not okay. There was no immediate threat to anyone that they could go in and treat people like that with their danger and harm. That's not how we do business, officers. You need to be retrained. Okay, Ted Guardiola, I want you to know that I do care. That's why I went and I wrote the letter. That's why I called the news for you. That's why I called and asked them to have you medically checked out. No wonder they let you out medically, huh, last time, right? No wonder they got you locked up. This time they're going to try to keep you till August 30th because that's the 2-year mark. But I'm going to try to get on it, and I'll add every apartment person's name that resided in those apartments or visited those apartments to the lawsuit against Yamhill County Sheriff's Office by all of us. By all of us for negligence and abuse within the city of Willamina and those apartments for sure. The apartments and all the women that were mistreated and targeted to get our kids. Disgusting, but it's true. And if you like telling the truth, when I come around to your door to get your statement, if you don't stand up and tell the truth this time, then you're out the lawsuit and you're not going to get any money, okay? So when I do come to find you and get your name and get you on board with this, sign up or take it like you have, like you did, and participate in it like you have and like you did, right? We know who you are. We know who helps send kids out those doors over there. We saw the U-Haul last year. I have the pictures of it. I have a picture of a kid coming out of it. Now let's just find out what states are connected to this and who in our government positions are connected to this, and let's once and for all throw them in prison and end this communist attacking of our people on our country land, our women, our children, our futures. It's not okay. It's not okay for us to be targeted any longer. And it's not okay to sit there silent and act like you can't talk about it and you're scared. Stop being scared. Stop the scared, you're in fear, and get some balls. It is now time to discuss this and demand that it ends. Audit, investigate, 5 people, tell your story. Get on and tell your frickin' story live. That's all it takes. Like P. Diddy did to, like 50 Cent did to P. Diddy. Surely